Hi, so we're having a look at our best seated position at the piano. Um, See, the first thing we've got to look at is the height of the stool. Now, typically, if people have a height adjustable stool, if they're going to get it wrong, they tend to have it too low. What we want is when we're sat at the piano with our hands in a good playing position, we want the underside of our elbow to be either level or slightly above the keyboard. So the first thing you need to do is adjust the height of your stool so that happens. Make sure when you're doing this measurement, by the way, that you have a nice straight back, because if you allow yourself to slump like this, everything comes down, and we want to set the correct height position based on a good position. So hopefully, if you're big enough in this sat in this position, your feet will be able to get flat on the ground. If you're smaller and you can't reach the ground, we don't want you to artificially try and make that happen. It's better to have a better seated position here, even if your legs can't get on the ground. So with your feet on the ground, you want your legs to be pretty much at a right angle like this. I know you can't really see exactly where my feet are. So your feet parallel with your shoulders, and maybe your right foot a little further forward than your left, because at some point you're going to need to use the damper pedal with your right foot. So this should give you good stability. Okay, so the next thing you've got to look at is how far you are from the piano. Now, just like people tend to be too low on the stool, they also tend to be too close to the piano. You know, they feel they want everything in reach. But if you get too close, when you're playing in front of you, your elbows are going to struggle to get past your rib cage. So better to get further away. Ideally, the stool should be even further away than that, because we want to sit on the front half of the stool. That enables our legs to slope down a bit like this and will give us a more secure position on the floor. So the stool goes quite a long way back. We sit on the front, and if we're in the right position, put our hands in front, we should be able to bring our arms in front of us without having to get out of the way. So assuming you're in this position now, you should feel quite comfortable playing in front of you and going further away. Now we've got a nice solid base here, and we should be comfortable in moving from the pelvis, either moving forwards or back or even sideways like this. So we do move when we play. We want to distribute our weight, but it needs to be controlled and balanced. So typically, if you are playing in front of you, you might actually want to just come away a little bit to give yourself some more space, particularly if you're crossing over or something like that. And if you're going to the extremes of the piano, you may want to lean in. But you're going to try and lean in from bending from the pelvis and not by arching your back. We want to create this nice solid position. So try and get yourself in the habit of doing this before you play, before you practice each time. And certainly if you're now going to go on to do watch some of the technique videos, make sure you're in this position before you start. Now, going up a little bit further, we have our head, obviously. Now the head connects to the spine. If this is the skull here, the spine goes up through the middle, and the skull balances on the top of the spine. So we want to make sure this is in a good balance. You know, make sure that your head feels comfortable like this. You don't want to get in the habit of playing like this because you're going to give yourself neck ache. So try and get more upright. If you need to look down, you've got the ability to sort of lean forward at the pelvis. Okay, so this is your ideal playing position. Try and make sure you've got this set right at home in terms of the position of the stool, the height of the stool, and then every time you play, try and get yourself in this good position.